What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time. I've got a lot of explaining to do. Anyways, let's just get to the video. You saw the title. I have a 2021 Jeep Gladiator Sport S on 39s. Yes, I don't have the Cherokee. I have abandoned the project. I'm sorry. I'll explain later. It's a pretty simple explanation, but let's enjoy this new ride that I got. I just bought it about a month ago, and I've been building it since. Didn't make any videos on building it because I'm on a time crunch for having our new baby, which we're having in 3 weeks. So anyways, that's irrelevant, but let's go ahead and do a walk around of this Jeep because it's freaking awesome. I love it. I needed a small truck. This fit everything that I needed. I couldn't believe I could pull it off. And anyways, my wife and I decided that let's get a new vehicle, and this is what we settled on. So let's check it out. So let's start off with the base. This is a 2021 Jeep Gladiator Sport S with the max tow package. So it has the wide heavy duty front Dana 44 and rear Dana 44 with 410 gears, and it's got the LSD in the rear. So I started with that. It was a somewhat spec'd optioned Gladiator. I didn't order it or anything like that. I ended up finding one, which was unheard of right now, but it came with tan cloth. Not a huge fan. Good thing is I get leather where I work at a pretty good price, so I will probably be changing that out to some custom leather. Nothing crazy, just something a little nicer. So let's go over the obvious things. I'm on 39-inch BFG KM3s. These are 39 1350 17s. They're a C-ply tire, which I'll be completely honest with you, the reason I went with these is they measure out at about a 38, not a 39. So they ride like a big 37, honestly. They ride so nice, it's actually crazy. A lot of people ask, what are your thoughts? How do they drive? And it's unbelievable how good these things drive on the road for how big they are. I would 100%, if you don't have 1-tons and you want to get a bigger tire, this is like the best route to go. I wouldn't probably run 40s on these, I guess, unless you went off-road. I'm probably not going to off-road this much either, but I already had these for my XJ build, so it worked out perfect. Same bolt pattern, everything. So I've got the KMC grenades in the raw aluminum or machined aluminum, whatever, alloy, whatever you want to call it. I went with a raw aluminum wheel on this. I was really unsure about it, but I think it looks really good on the red. Oh, by the way, I got a red Gladiator because I miss having a red vehicle. I really, really miss my red XJ. And obviously an XJ really isn't in the cards for me right now, just because I don't have the time. So I wanted another red vehicle, and I got the red Gladiator. I'm a huge fan of the Firecracker red. So yeah. I also did a Mopar factory steel bumper off of a 2021 Jeep JL. Where I work, we take those off, so we had them at the shop, and I just put one of those on. I've got a Mopar hoop and a Warren VR10S. I would have gotten a Xeon 10S, however, those are on national back order forever long, so as much as I'll be using the VR, that'll be perfectly fine. Now, I'm just on the factory hook right now, but I do have a flat link, just haven't put it on yet. This does not have the LED lights, but I will be upgrading to the Mopar LED lights because it's just the best option out there. So Main question, how does this, did I upgrade my steering linkage? Did I upgrade my gears and all this stuff to run these 39s? And the short answer right now is no, I did not upgrade my gears yet or my steering linkage. It's all factory and it all rides literally amazing. My pregnant wife drives this vehicle. I did put a a Fox ATS stabilizer on it. We just had one of those laying around, so I threw it on. This is an AEV 2.5-inch lift, front and rear coils with the Bilstein shocks. Literally for the price, you cannot beat this lift kit. Like, best riding lift kit for the price, hands down. Now, it does sit too tall in the rear, which is pretty common. It's just, you know, they want to replicate the factory rake. I'm not huge on that because I'm not going to be towing. So I actually will probably put factory coils back in the rear with a spacer just so I can get it to sit perfectly level and not raked. So, onto the flares. I have the Nemesis Notorious flares, front and rear. They're aluminum, painted to match. I'm a huge fan of these flares on all of the Wrangler Gladiator platforms. I think they look so good with the body lines. And here, I'll get you a different angle from this side. But the wheels stick out a good amount, but I still have some decent coverage. So I'm super happy with those. Obviously I work at Rubicon. We built this Jeep, well, Rubicon built this Jeep for me. I'm so busy. Being able to work at a place and having the capabilities of letting them build the Jeep for me is extremely convenient. As you know, I always built my Jeeps in the past. It is so extremely busy where I work. I don't have the time, and I have 2 babies and another on the way. So you can hate if you want. I'm not. So I have the RockSlide power steps. These are the Gen 3s. They just came out. This is actually the first set that we got. They look the same, except for this back side kind of follows the body line better and curves in. And when you open them, they open a little slower and they close a little slower. So on the old ones, a lot of the complaints were that they went up too fast. So those go up nice and perfect. Let's see here. I've got a Bestop tonneau cover. I use the hell out of it. I just put so much stuff in the back, and a lot of times I need it to be waterproof, so that's what I got on that. Factory rear bumper, just a plastic one. I will be replacing it with something. I just don't know what yet, but for now it's good. I mean, I literally just got this thing a month ago and it's already built like this. So let's see what else we got. Well, I don't have inner liners yet. I am still trying to decide which ones I like. Going off of all the ones I've seen, there's not really a set that I love, but I'll have to do something before winter, so that's definitely in the works. Let's go into the inside. I really don't have much on the inside because I just got it, and it came with the, like I said, the cloth tan seats, 7-inch touchscreen with CarPlay. It has a technology package, so it's like kind of like a step up, but not fully loaded. And then I don't have the aux switches, but I will be adding the aux switches because that's just the best way to go when you're adding auxiliary things to it. It does have the factory Alpine system, which is nice. Factory hardtop, factory Bluetooth speaker, which I didn't think I would use, but I do use. And that's pretty much it. Literally, if you're thinking about going up in this size tire, or going to this size tire, 2.5-inch lift, aftermarket flares will fit these 39s. As long as you have the max tow package, you will be, I drive this thing in the hills right now on 410 gears, and it's actually like very comfortable to drive. The power is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. I am putting 513s in. I've been on the schedule, but we've been so busy I haven't been able to fit it in. So I'll get 513s put in. But if you're thinking about doing it, this is definitely the best way to go without getting the Rubicon. You have the same axles as the Rubicon. You just don't have the transfer case and the lockers, which for me, I'm not gonna wheel this thing hard. So like, I don't need all those things. I mean, you know, you can hate me if you want, but oh well. All right, so that's everything on the Gladiator. That's my new Jeep. I sold the other Jeep, the XJ, unfortunately, kind of a sad deal. I've switched a lot of vehicles in the past year. It's been a really difficult process trying to figure out which vehicle fits me and my family. Realistically, I should have just kept my red XJ to begin with, but I wanted another project, another project, another project. Anyways, I just kept getting sunk into these holes and I didn't have the time to put into the projects that I needed to. Therefore, I was either half-assing things or not able to get things done. So didn't make sense right now, maybe in the future. So me and my wife decided to sell the XJ project, all the stuff that I had, and buy a brand new Gladiator that I don't have to think about. I can make it look the way I want it to look, and then just drive it. And one of the big things I've missed is getting out and enjoying having a Jeep, because I'm always in a project and it just sucked. So maybe down the road, when I'm able to afford to have a second project and a second vehicle, that's when an XJ would come in hand, and then I can do it at that point. A little humbling to like get to a point where you're just not able to do something and you just have to admit that you can't do it and get there and figure out what's best for you and your family. So that's why I got the Gladiator. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, I'm spending way more money than I would have ever spent on an XJ. However, it is super reliable, comfortable, and it took very little to get it where I wanted it to be. One of the next videos I'd like to make is maybe going out on trails and passes with me and my family, and show you guys how the Jeep does in certain terrains and like what most of the average people would be driving on, like moderate trails and so on and so forth. So, and reviews on how it performs in doing those things. So those are going to be the videos to come. If you guys have any questions or concerns about this build and you're thinking about doing it yourself, similar, just let me know in the comments below or message me on Instagram. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next episode. Peace.